Hello and welcome to this House of Castle rune event. If you're new to rune events or want to get the most runes possible, then you've come to the right place. We're going to be looking at how to earn these runes, what paths you should be looking to get, and ending on some tips and talking about my pet giveaway. As normal, if you have any questions about this event or future events, then make sure you leave your comment down below so I can get back to you and help you out. So let's do a little quick recap on what are the new runes and how you can actually earn them. So the three new runes, the first one is the Rune of Prudence for the Mage, we've got the Rune of Swiftness for the Archer, and we've got the Rune of Steadfast for the Warrior. To earn these runes it's going to be pretty straightforward. Anything you do on Hustle Castle is going to give you cards, excluding one or two things. But luckily they'll have a list for you here, which is mostly going to be what you're doing anyway. So it's going to be nice and easy to earn these cards, but I'll give you some tips on them at the end for the most effective ways of actually earning the cards to give you the best chances of getting these runes. So just quickly, let's have a look at the passes. For what pass you'll need, it's going to be quite simple, but it will depend on you and how much you play the game. Are you looking to get all the runes but don't have a lot of time to play the game? Then the gold pass is certainly going to help you for your best chances of getting the runes. If you have a good amount of time to play the game, then the silver pass will be enough to give you a small boost in earning those runes. But ending on that, if you have a lot of time to play the game and you really grind at what you're good at, you can definitely get all the runes without paying for a single pass. That's what makes rune events especially good compared to other events, and as for myself, I won't be buying a pass this time around. I can promise you it is possible to get all the runes without paying, but bear in mind you will need to play the game almost every day for a good amount of time. Moving on to tips on how you can earn the most runes possible. Firstly, as a player you will always be focusing on different parts of the game differently to other players. So wherever you play the most, whether it's doing the Hustle Island to the very left or rinsing the arenas, whatever it is, you'll be getting those cards the most, so here's a great tip. If you focus, for example, doing the arena, open all of those collections first and none of the others until there's 2 to 3 days left of the event. And this goes for future events as well. The game works on probability, and the more collections you have opened in total, the better your chances of winning these runes, especially for the ones you don't focus so much. And this doesn't mean you can't earn the others until you've opened the arena collections, just do everything at once whenever you get time. But whatever you focus the most on the game, whatever it is, open them first and only them until there's 2 to 3 days left, to help get the other runes you was less likely to get before. Another tip, which is similar but also seems to happen more often, you'll also notice the game gives out more runes and unique items depending on what event you're talking about near the end of the event. So holding on to them for as long as possible can still be a great way of increasing your chances of getting those runes. Another tip, which is by the time you're watching this for more future events, complete your djembe through all 15 rounds if possible, but don't press the claim reward on the djembe map. When the rune event goes live, you already have a great start into collecting your collections for the most runes possible just by pressing that claim reward once the event goes live. To earn all the runes, you're going to need to get around 250 to 350 collections. Even if you only need the new ones, you're still going to be needing around 150 before you start noticing you're actually going to start gaining runes, so just bear that in mind. My final tip, which might not be ideal for everyone, is find a nice busy clan who have a lot of people over 15 million. You'll generally see a lot more people spend for the gold pass, which can actually help you out. If this isn't possible, then don't worry, this is just another way that can help you out and earn even more collections. So when should you really put all of your time and effort into these rune events? Well, it's actually quite simple when you think about it. Runes stay forever, but they can only be used at certain fighter levels. So just before you go crazy, ask yourself, what level do you want to stay at for a long time before grinding like crazy just to replace them 3 months down the line? I would recommend anyone from 10 and 11 to really go for it this first time around and then skip the next rune event to avoid burnout. The game can already be grindy, so put your all into it now knowing that you actually won't lose them in the future, but make sure you don't do every single rune event every single time. It can really be tiring when you're trying to do it every single go. If you can collect all the runes this time around, then skip the next rune event because there will only be a few new ones and those new ones will be there on the rune event after that, and then that's when you can really go for it again, and that just avoids burnout and it's not going to be a big enough difference to really put you behind and you can still get them next time. If you haven't seen in my last couple of videos, I do have a pet giveaway which ends on the 29th of this month. We already have 62 people entered and it's absolutely free to join, and it gives you the chance of winning the Octopussy for free. If you want your chance to enter, then click the Gleam link down below right next to my diamond giveaways. If you liked the video, remember to hit that like button to show me you actually enjoyed it or at least learned something. And get subscribed because the next video I do will be looking into these talents and alliances they brought out recently and break things down to make things easier to understand and really get the most benefit out of them. It's definitely going to be a good one to watch.